So the NBA free agency has started, and LeBron James, as usual, is the headline. Now, for nostalgic purposes, Kawhi Leonard did get traded back to Toronto, where he should have stayed after winning the championship. But the biggest thing is LeBron James telling the Lakers that he wants to go to a different team this year. I think it's only a headline for us because I believe the Lakers already knew this, but I do kind of find it fascinating that Bronny James's contract was made official. His money was guaranteed as of yesterday, and so he let them know today. So he wanted to make sure his son got the money there. But let's talk about the suitors for LeBron James who could be at play for free agency. So you got the Cavs, you got the Warriors, you got the Heat. Now, a lot of people are saying the Warriors. The problem is that through multiple sources, the Wizards do not want to trade Anthony Davis. I'm not sure why. I guess he's held hostage over in Washington. But I'm kind of curious if Washington eventually concedes to this and trades him to Golden State. Why this is so important is because apparently LeBron James, the only way he is going to go to Golden State is if Anthony Davis is there with them in Golden State, along with obviously Draymond Green and Stephen Curry. Now let's picture this: a team with Draymond Green, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and Steph Curry. It's a very old team, but you're filled with Hall of Famers. Now, at the end of the day, you're in the West, and the Spurs and the Thunder aren't going anywhere anytime soon. But let's just think in the short term. You got the Spurs, you got the Thunder, you got the Nuggets, the Suns, which I know a lot of people aren't believing the Suns, but I'm telling you, they're going to be a top 3 to 4 seed in the West. There's a lot of stiff competition in the West. So, and the team is old, and they have to find a lot of players to make out the rest of the roster. So, I know LeBron James really wants to team up with Steph Curry, but I don't know. It could be difficult just from the standpoint that they need to get Anthony Davis, and it's a lot of moving pieces in order to make it a championship contending team. And then you got the Miami Heat. Obviously, they just acquired Giannis. So having LeBron and Giannis as a 1-2 duo, you're not getting any better than that. And then you're also including Bam Adebayo, who's shit, if that's your third option, then you're doing pretty good. The problem is, they do have other pieces. They got Andrew Wiggins. After that, I don't really know what they have, to be honest. You have to fill out the roster, but as good of a 1-2 punch as there is in a league, it's just the problem is the whole relationship with Pat Riley and LeBron James. Does LeBron want to do it? Does Pat Riley want to do it? So that becomes a dilemma in of itself. But if they were to kind of get that situated, then, Giannis and LeBron, do I need to say more? But the obvious choice has to be the Cleveland Cavaliers. Obviously, that's his hometown, Cleveland. It holds a special place in his heart. And I think when LeBron looks at this current iteration of the Cavs, he sees Donovan Mitchell as the Kyrie Irving when he joined the Cavs back in 2012, or I forget what year, but when he came back from the Heat to the Cavs, I'm sure he sees a lot of similarities with Donovan Mitchell to Kyrie. Just an elite scorer and would be a great second option to himself. So I think he sees that. James Harden, I think he's going to want to have James Harden traded. It's just not going to work out. James Harden is going to get traded. But then you have elite rim protectors in Jared Allen and Mobley. So you have that. You have good wings. You basically have everything ready except a leader and a superstar like LeBron James. And he's going back home. He's going back home. He's going back where it all started. And they have a team ready. They're built for this. And this is a team just this year who made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. What's the missing ingredient? It could be LeBron James. I think that's the most ideal, logical choice for him is to just go back home. Because if you were to go to Golden State, the West, even though I'd say it's down, it's still the West. And then if you go to Miami, there's all these questions with the relationship with Pat Riley. Is that whole duo with Giannis actually going to work? Because I did mention it's an elite 1-2 duo. But who's Batman? Who's Robin? Someone's going to have to take a step back. Is LeBron going to take a step back? I mean, one would think, let's go back to the Los Angeles Lakers days. He didn't take a step back to Anthony Davis. I don't see him doing that now. And Giannis, yeah, he's declining a little bit, but still Giannis. He's still, in his prime, all things considered. Is he going to take a step back? I don't think so. And so there's some questions there. But with Cleveland, in terms of a roster, the roster doesn't have many questions. It's built. It's ready for this. It's ready to go. All you need to do is bring in LeBron and he will take care of the rest. He will make sure that's a well-oiled machine there. Now let's give an honorable mention, a wild card, the Phoenix Suns. There is some connections, right? The Phoenix Suns, they have a lot of clutch clients on their team. Not only that, his son plays for the University of Arizona. Not only that, he likes the West Coast. He loves being in the West Coast. And it's a different team than what he's already been to. So Miami, if he feels that he wants to close a chapter to Miami and Cleveland, then maybe Phoenix is that next destination. He gets to stay in the West Coast. Also, the Phoenix Suns, they're built. They're ready. You got Devin Booker. Devin Booker is okay being a Robin to his Batman. You have other players, Colin Gillespie, who I think is going to be a really good player. Jordan Goodwin. Those are scrappy, good, young, guards on the team. And it's young too. So you got a team that is hungry and they've got quite a bit of talent on the team. Are they ready to compete? Maybe not. But adding LeBron James, I think you're adding a lot of maturity to the team. And with a bunch of talent, I think they could ride the ship with him as their leader and be able to contend faster than one would think. So who knows if this decision is going to drag out. I think it might drag out maybe if LeBron James really wants to go to Golden State. I think his thought process is, first, he wants to go to Golden State. I think him and Steph, after having that little rivalry when it was Golden State, Cleveland for about 4 years, I think they really grew a relationship or friendship there. And so I think he really is itching to play with Steph Curry, Draymond Green, one of his good friends. He wants to play again with Anthony Davis. So I think he's going to hold out on that for as much as he can until, let's say, Washington is stubborn and don't want to trade him. So then what is he supposed to do, right? Go to Cleveland. I think if there's an order of, okay, what are his options and what's the likelihood? I think Cleveland, Golden State, Miami. I think what he wants, Golden State, Cleveland, Miami. I think Miami's a wild card in this, really, to be honest. I think it has a lot to do with Pat Riley. Giannis, I'm sure he would try to make it work, but I don't know who's going to be the number one guy. You really have to ask that question. So I think Miami's a distant third, but it's going to really be between Golden State and Cleveland. Hopefully, who knows? Hopefully my Suns get to, I really doubt it. I think they're really riding the youth stage right now. So I think they're to go through that, but I really do think it's going to be between Golden State and Cleveland.